Hi, it's Jerusha coming to you today. I am not sure where I'm going to splice this video into. I recorded one shorter one earlier today at my friend's house, and I'm probably going to do this one separately. So I was thinking last night actually with the video that I recorded for you guys, talked about people putting the kibosh on my fun regarding revealing, being honest, like, you know, talking to you guys. And yes, my family members do know about my YouTube. They're for the most part not interested enough to watch the entire things, which is fine with me, actually. It's totally fine. I'm not offended because I don't need them to watch my videos in order to feel like I'm alive, aware, or that I'm existing, really. It's nice when you can make your own friends. You don't have to have your family be your only friends. They're not obligated. So what am I thinking about? Well, as usual, which you don't know always, but as usual, I am thinking about a lot of different things. And so I'm trying to figure out which thing would be good for me to do this video about. Trying to figure out whether this is educational or vlog or entertainment or whatever. I'm 40 years old, so I think I'm kind of like midway, a little bit almost on the edge of Generation X and the generation after that, which was millennials. Anyway, I'm a little bit between there, and I was brought up, most of my childhood was before we had a television set. So I was not brought up on Sesame Street like most of the people in my generation. By the time I knew about Sesame Street and watched it, I was thinking it was boring and I didn't really understand why anybody would want to watch it. And somebody pointed out to me later that it was probably because I was way too old for Sesame Street to be interesting to me. Anyway, so I also missed out on Star Wars when it was first out, and so I do not get it. I've watched it several times. I really don't understand. It doesn't make an impression on me. It's like science fiction is really not my thing. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's that it's science fiction, or maybe that, like, if only I had gotten into it when I was a kid in the 70s when it came out, then maybe it would have made a bigger impression on me and I would still love it and have a lot of affection for it. I'm not sure. So looks like I'm going to be rambling today, huh? Well, I wanted to show you guys the extensions that I've been making. I'm still not sure if I'm going to put them in my hair. I don't want to ruin my hair. That's the thing. I don't want to ruin my hair. I'm making these extensions. I kind of like doing it. I made some clip-in extensions before I had my actual dreadlocks. But those are like various colors, kind of, the colors like gold and red, like a, I don't know, kind of like a fire red. And then my natural color, which is kind of like the number 27 in the store, as far as when you buy hair, like fake hair, it's numbered, and number 27 apparently is my natural color, number 27. So I bought some of that, and then I like made dreadlock extensions that were clip-in kind from those different colors together, mixed together. And then I decided I really didn't like having to take them out at bedtime, so I decided to get my own dreadlocks and my actual hair. Took me a couple months to actually decide to commit to that. Okay, so I'm going to show you my natural color. This is number 27, and I got it in, I think it's like jumbo braid or something like that. Anyway, if you're going to make dreadlocks out of synthetic fiber, you have to look for 100% Kanekalon fiber, okay? Not all of it is. And if it starts with a T, but it sounds like, it looks like Kanekalon, and it starts with a T, it's not. So this stuff is good for making dreadlocks, synthetic dreadlocks. Partly because it has a low temperature thing where you can set it with a low temperature. The other thing is that it tangles easily. So that's a pro and a con, right? So it's an older fiber before some of the newer combos that they've made for hair. But it's good for making dreadlocks. It's really high quality for making dreadlocks. So you can get it in this kinky kind of thing, or you can get it in a straighter type one. I'm sorry I'm not up on the like names and stuff like that, just off the top of my head. But anyway, this was recommended to me for making dreadlocks. This specific one, I think it was like jumbo braid, but I couldn't get all the colors in jumbo braid. So I got this one in jumbo braid, which is my natural color. Interesting, because my color on my head right now looks darker, even though I lightened it with the colors I did. But so this is 27, and then I'll show you 30, which I believe is closest to my color right now. Okay, so the one that I got that is supposed to match my color right now is this one. Number 30. I was kind of worried it was too dark, but now, like I'm showing you here in the light, it actually looks lighter, so I think it'll be just fine. This is the thing that it came with, the package or whatever. It comes in really long. I actually cut it in half to make this. And so of course, I just want you to know this is synthetic hair. This is not from a real person, even though it looks like it could be. I cut these. So these used to be one length, and I actually don't know. Maybe I made a mistake with that. I've made a lot of the dreadlocks out of the whole lengths, and even half is way too long for my hair to be extended. So I don't know, but it's a little harder to deal with when you cut it in half, by the way. So I think it'd be easier, but this is like all one package, and this costs less than $4 for this one package right here. Okay. This is good quality Kanekalon fiber, 100% Kanekalon, jumbo braid. Okay, so it's this huge jumbo braid premium soft. So the thing about the other kinds of synthetic fibers is that they are softer and not as plasticky, I guess, supposedly, but they do not work as well with like setting them. You know, when you want to like do dreadlocks or whatever, you want to set them with steam or hot water. And so this one does work well because it's like low temperature. And then also, well, Kanekalon is just extremely good. And so there are pros and cons of Kanekalon, but Kanekalon is the best. And it may or may not be more expensive than the other kinds that they've come up with since, like other like combos. So it could say Kanekalon with a K, but it might be a combination actually of different things. So you want to see if it says 100% Kanekalon, and if it says 100%, you probably won't have as many options in the store. If you're actually going into a store that has these items, there's a smaller percentage of the things in the whole store that are 100% Kanekalon. I'll tell you that, because you can't just go throughout the whole store and be like, oh, everything is. No, they use the word Kanekalon as an advertisement because some people think it's really awesome, and it pretty much is. I haven't used it for other things besides making dreadlocks though. So then these are the dreads that I have made. And you need to leave some at the ends. I think I should separate these a little better so you can see the difference. Okay, so this is one. And you need to leave some room at the end here that isn't dreaded because you're going to overlap it with your hair. I'll probably be overlapping it up to about here. And then you're going to be like dreading it between like the synthetic extension and your natural hair. You're going to kind of weave it within, and you can use like this crochet hook to do it, a really small crochet hook. So this one's way too long. This one's dreaded from here to here. Okay, so if I'm going to like add it on to my hair, I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's going to be way too long. I do not want my dreads to be that long, so. But it's just better to make it longer and then cut it later. So anyway, it didn't take very long. It probably took up to 10 minutes to dread this. And then I made a few other ones. Looks like I made 2 here, 2 different ones. And I apologize for this. The hair at the ends here is kind of making it confusing. But these are the dreads, right? So I actually think this is probably a good length here for my dreads to be, because I don't want them to be that much longer. And I really don't know how much they're going to shrink up since this is synthetic fiber. And then here's another one. Okay. I don't want them to be super long. And the thing is, these are really lightweight, which is, how's that going to be when it connects with my hair? Well, I've watched some YouTube videos about people like doing synthetic extensions, and they say, yeah, you would be surprised how really well it works. They haven't talked about it, like they haven't talked about using like products on their hair and also like whether to use products on these, because these are so lightweight, and that's fine and that's great because they dry really fast, she said. But if your hair, like mine, is somewhat, it's not heavy, but compared to that it is, well, then I might want to use some products on it actually, once I get it dreaded into my hair. So I'm going to use some of the really lightweight products I have, like Knotty Boy, the gel, the aloe gel, and just kind of like see kind of like what it's like. You put it in there and like palm roll it. Just so it has a little bit more weight to it than like, you know, like that stuff. I really don't know how it matures, the synthetic stuff versus like human hair. Of course, human hair has a lot of variation as far as how fast it matures as well. So I'm going to show you now the extensions I made before I had dreadlocks myself this time. So I made these, and these are a combination of like 3 different colors. Number 27, which is my natural color. And then I do not remember the numbers for these, but this is the red one, like fire engine red, and this is a gold one. So I combined them, like sort of like some strands, and like also did some wrapping to make a few different kinds here. So these, and then I attached them to this clip, which is like a wig clip, which goes like clip, clip, like it's sort of like that little like old-fashioned thing that you put in your hair in the 80s. See, I say old-fashioned even though it was in the 80s. I'm so up to date with that. So I put like two dreads on a clip. I sewed them onto the clip. I made the dreads, and then I decided about how long I'd have them. And I wrapped them like Rapunzel style. At least that's what I call it when I did some like spinning with wool. Spinning yarn. I called it Rapunzel style. Don't steal that idea from you guys, because I don't have it patented anymore. It was patented there for a while, and then it isn't. It's fallen out of patent. So these are some of the ones. So I made a few different ones, and I clipped them in, and before I dyed my hair, they actually matched fairly well. I did a few braids to mix it up a little, because I like different kinds of texture. I made some different thicknesses. Okay, I can't see that very well. So there you go. Different thicknesses, attach them to this clip. I don't know if you've ever seen this wig clip thing, but if you've never been into a hair store, I don't even know if they have this stuff at Sally's, but like a wig store. You buy this clip separately. It's metal, and then it's like colored, painted like a certain color. Like this one's brown. You get ones that are like skin color, which is like a Caucasian skin color. And there. Okay, so when you clip it open, it's like that. And then you kind of attach it into your hair. And then you clip it shut, and then it's like kind of cinched into your hair. Here's the quote, skin colored one. It's like a lighter colored one. And you see how I sewed it on, and here, you can't see it from the other side. You can't see the clip. So this is just one I put on here, because these are actually a smaller size clip, wig clip, whatever you want to call it. So I did these, and these were actually super fun to use. I actually found that they were a little bit too long. I wanted them to blend in my natural hair length better, so I should have made them shorter. But when you buy them so long, the Kanekalon is so long, you just don't want to like cut it straight in half. So it's kind of like hard to decide that you want to make it shorter. I do not know how these actually mature, because I never wore them in the shower, and I never shampooed them and made them wet and then dry. So it'll be interesting if I do decide to like attach these extensions that I made to my hair, because I'm not going to do several colors. I'm just going to do the one that I showed you, number 30, and I'm going to dread it in to maybe, I'm not sure how many I should do at first, because it'll look stupid if I just do one, but at the same time, like, I don't want to do all of them because it might ruin my hair, so I don't want to, it's kind of an experiment. Anyway, yeah, I've been watching some YouTube videos, and you actually can do permanent extension style. The way that you extend it, or the way you attach it, it's called permanent, with synthetic, by the way. Lots of salons will not tell you that. They won't maybe even know that you can do it. They'll say, oh, it's synthetic, so it has a different melting point. It may melt into your hair or something. But, you know, there's the other option of like, well, if you can find the color that you kind of want, and they have a lot of different colors, by the way. So I was glad that they had the synthetic color that's closest to mine, because, you know, your hair does get different colors, even if it was like natural. The longer it gets a little lighter in different colors. So it is somewhat natural to have a color that's slightly different from here to here. So when I was talking to you about extensions, I was talking about human hair extensions and the ethics of that. Well, yes, for sure. But I was thinking, I was assuming I probably wouldn't be able to find anything close enough to my natural color in order to get, like in synthetics, in order to like use those, because I would prefer to use those if they're soft enough, not scratchy feeling, if they're long on my back, and also if they match well enough. And if there's no problem with integrating them into my hair, then I would prefer synthetic, actually, even though like there's the whole like petroleum thing. But just rather than human hair extensions, I think. So I was glad to see that they did have it, especially with the weird way that they were acting down at Living Color. I'm still not sure what they're doing with the human hair. I think that there's something weird about it, because she wouldn't even show it to me. I asked her literally 3 different times. I came back. I thought, okay, I'm going to wait for whatever it is she's worried about to pass, because I think it's someone else there. So I came back to the cash register, or not the register, but the counter 3 different times to ask her about this. Like, okay, wondering, you know, thinking maybe I wasn't clear with her, that I was like wondering about some hair that I could buy, the human hair that like medium round for dreading, and it doesn't have to be super long, and I just want to be able to dye it because it's human, so I could dye it instead of like plastic, which you can't dye it with regular dyes. I asked her 3 times, and she was very evasive, which to me means that there was something funny going on. Funny, that's what. And I was like looking around to see like who else is here. Like there were a few other people here, and I was wondering if she was worried about shoplifters, because there were a couple, like I said before, a man and a woman, and they could have either been shoplifters or law enforcement. You know, they could look the same, actually. I know it's funny, but it could really be. So anyway, I was wondering what it was. And I was like wondering if she was wanting me to talk lower or what it was. But she was distracted by these 2 people. A man and a woman, African-American, actually, both of them. I believe, at least the man was African-American. And the woman was very petite. And I didn't get a good look at her. But this Living Color place, anyway, there's another place in Portland. There's actually like 1 or 2 other places. Mid-K is the other one, Mid-K, and they have a few different locations. They seem to the Mid-K, they seemed more generic kind of place. So I thought that Living Color was like the better place to go, because I've been to both before, and I thought it was like just a little bit more, I don't know, like you might get a better selection or better like things. Well, obviously like unethical hair. So what I'm saying is that maybe Living Color has a better selection. That could be true. But the better selection might be that you're getting unethical hair sources from them. They say that it's like in the back, and like, what are you looking for? And asking all these questions, but it's like, why is it on the shelf? Yeah, I didn't feel so great about that. I really didn't. I didn't feel so great about that. So even though I came back 3 times within the same shopping experience and asked about it just to see if it was just me or like, what, is not speaking clearly enough? Yeah, I don't think it was just me. I think it was that something funny was going on. So I don't want that. I don't want funny hair. I want funny hair. I don't want hair that's from humans that has been harvested in funny ways, in bizarre ways, in ways that are not just right. Okay, so if you're not going to put it on the shelf, I think probably I'm not going to be interested in it. I mean, it feels like kind of like a shady thing. So I'd rather have plastic or my own hair. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we do. As far as whether or not I actually do this thing into my own hair, which of course, my hair looks awesome. Why would I even do that? Okay, that's what I have to say. Okay, this is awesome. This looks awesome. These dread looks totally awesome. I'll say it to myself because you guys don't have to even think it. I guess it's nice to have the choices at least. It's nice to have choices. We can wear lipstick or not in this country. So we have options and it doesn't have to be. But there's some better options than others. And I'm starting to think that maybe human hair is a little iffy. But so is petroleum-based products, right? So like I purchased the package of the Kanekalon hair and that's petroleum-based. They make it out of petroleum. Everything that's plastic related is a special kind of process, like very different recipes, different depending on what they're looking for. And so it is, but I already purchased it, so it's already here. I probably will try in some of my hair, but I'm not sure where, because where's it going to look right? I mean, I probably have to put at least 10 for it to be even like not bizarre that I have like some that are longer than others. So we'll see what happens. I think it'll be a project. I think it'll have to be a project day where I like make a bunch first and then like put them in and then I'll show you guys. I'll show you. You'll see. You'll be able to tell the difference because you guys are pretty good at looking at stuff, but hopefully not everybody is. I mean, I don't think that everybody will be looking at me and be like, oh my God, your hair is like so plastic, right? Okay, so this kind of looks like plastic, but it's actually my hair, my real hair. There you go. See my real hair. So I'm about to be called for dinner, so I'm gonna let you guys go and I'll upload this and hope to see you guys later. I definitely will see you guys later, actually. Take care.